Hey, welcome back to the Mancave Workshop 2020. Should I say welcome to the Mancave Workshop? Because if you've been subscribing to this channel for a while, you'll notice that all the other previous videos have been put in archive because there was a sort of sign from a fresh for 2020. I did about 6 months last year, and to be honest, I was learning all about how to upload, I don't really edit, how to get the lighting right, which probably still isn't that good in the Mancave Workshop, but it's a lot better than when I first started out. The other thing I've noticed is it's a hobby for me, this, and in previous videos, one or two, I might have had a couple of drinks of the old amber nectar, and you look back and you think, wow, you sounded, you couldn't hear everything he's saying because you start slurring, you start making easy mistakes. So from now in 2020, this is like a fresh start, and the Mancave Workshop, we're going to do some more formal videos on these radios. We'll still have a laugh, don't worry about it, but instead of going all round the houses, we'll get directly onto doing the serious stuff, which is the radios, which it's all about. So I've already made a start on this one in a video over Christmas 2019. And of course, Christmas is a festive time, and them videos I was full of cold, so the voice was really croaky. Still is a little bit, so decided to start completely from fresh, and I'll be aiming to upload perhaps a video a week, and we'll see how it goes from there. So this has had nothing done to it yet, apart from it's been taken apart once and cleaned. But for those who might not have seen that video or might not have seen one of these radios before, I thought I'd do it from the start. So basically it's a Roberts Rambler transistor radio, and the base has a lovely turntable on it that's used for directing the signal when you're tuning into radio stations, and it has a little plaque on the back there. Inside it's a very basic chassis and a speaker and a battery terminal, which takes a PP9 battery, which is a 9-volt battery. At the top we've got 3 buttons. We've got a volume and a tuning, so let's just remove them buttons now. And they've got like a little D shape underneath them, which goes onto the top of these spindles. I know I'm talking pretty basic stuff, but you know, I didn't know a lot of this when I first started doing radios, which is only a few years ago now, and I've not done that many. It's got a couple of clips that connect the board to the speaker, so we want to take them out, and there's a couple of securing screws in the corners here that hold the chassis in, so we're going to have to remove them. So let's take a screwdriver, remove them, and then we should be able to slide this chassis out. See, there's a bloomer already. Couldn't say chassis. But I'll leave it in it. Like I said, I don't edit my video. I don't tend to edit them at all. I might pause now and again if I have to go and grab a tool or something that's not at hand. But generally, I don't pause them or edit them. Right, let's push the chassis up from the bottom, and it comes out of the case, which needs a bit of work doing to it. To be fair, it's had a bit of a hard life. There's a few. The grill's not too bad. There's a few marks in it. We'll do that later in another video. On the side of it has these 2 trims that are there to hold it in the top, and decorative. These look, if I can get it in shot, they look a bit worn. They're like chrome. I don't know what we're going to do about that. We'll deal with that later. It might be that we flip them round if the underside's okay. That one's not as bad, but quite a few scratches and marks on it. Let's pull the dial face off, which should easily just lift off now. And like I say, I have cleaned this one. When I first got it, it was pretty grim in here. And cleaning it, I've just used baby wipes. Just wiped all the gunk off it. Inside it, there's these guys are what I'm going to look at first. The electrolytic capacitors, which are notorious for failing, and if they fail, then these transistors can get hit bad and they can burn out. which would be a real shame. So the way you're going to do it, I'm going to lift a leg on this. I hope I'm holding this close to the camera for you. I mean, most videos you see, they're brilliant because you can see what's going on. I noticed that this is why I've put a lot of old videos in archive as well, because I was new to it. The thing would be over here that I was working on, and I'd be saying, oh, this, that and the other, and as you can see, you can't really, I'd have my hand in the way, you can't really see what's going on. So now I like to lift it. I wouldn't mind getting one of them overhead camera for doing close-up work. Seen a lot of guys use them, really good. There's no point in doing a video if you can't see what's going on. So I'm gonna lift a leg on this guy and this guy first. I've got a confession to make. I have actually already lifted these before, and I was recording, and this is the biggest bloomer of 2020 for me. I was recording, did this video before completely as we're doing it now, and I forgot to press record. How dumb. So yeah, I'm going to lift the legs on these two guys, and we'll have a look at them. So to lift the legs, just going to heat it up with a soldering iron. I have soldered them back in, and I like to get some tweezers or something just to ease the leg out of the board. These should come out. I don't think that one even went back in properly. They should come back out really easy, because I have had them out once before. This one is a little bit stuck. I just tack them back in, really. There we go. That came out much easier than it did the first time, to be honest. They were quite stuck. So the first time I did it, they didn't come out that easy. And what you got to watch is how much heat you put on the back of the board, because you could lift these tracers. Now something like that, tracers, when I first started a couple of years ago, I didn't even know what tracers were. They're these soldered on lines on the printed circuit board, and that they can be quite delicate, and if you heat them up too much, that they'll lift off the board, and then it just makes bigger problems. Then you've got to stick them back down or bridge across them to reconnect them. So it's worth just being careful with them. Right then, let's get testers on these. I've got a capacitance meter here. Did I say that right? Capacity meter. See, still learning, guys. Don't know the right terminology yet. We'll get there. And I've got this this test meter that does ESR as well. Fairly both cheap, these, when I got them. I trust this one more for the readings than I do this one. But this one doesn't do ESR. Now, when I say that, I mean UFNF and that sort of reading. They always seem to fall out of each other and disagree. I'll put the same capacitor on each, and they'll both come up with separate readings. But let's put this one on first, to this little capacitor we've lifted here, which I happen to know is, because it says on it, 6.3 volts and 2.2 UF. So that's what it's supposed to read. Let's put the meter on and see what it says. So I've just put either side of the capacitor, the two legs that come out, one positive, one negative, just connected them up. Excuse me for coughing. And we'll see what it says. It says, oh, that's not too bad, 2.28 NF, which is, yeah, it's about 2.28 UF, that translated. But the ESR looks a little bit high there, 1.4 ohms. So that's a bit concerning. We will change that one anyway. Let's see what this guy makes of it. So that said 2.28, was it? Or 2 point something. You thought it wasn't too far off. This guy says 2.2. That's not too bad, but while we're at it, we'll change that anyway. Right then, the other capacitor we're looking at is this one. We are going to do all these, by the way, and it should be, let me read it, 470 UF at 6.3 volts. Let's see what what this guy makes of it, this meter. See what it says. Got the leads on either side. And it's coming up. Here we go. It's testing it. Oh, C, it knows it's a capacitor. Whoa. Whoa. It says that cannot be right. It reckons it's 738.2 UF. Wow. That is... Did I get that right? That can't be right. I can't be from 470 to 738. What we'll do, we'll try the other meter. So I was just reaching over there to switch the soldering iron off. Let's put this guy on it, see what it thinks. Whoa, off the scale, if this is that high. Oh, wow. Right, so that's gone from 470 UF to 77473. This isn't staged, guys. I couldn't have done that. I've not seen a capacitor. And when I tested this radio, it was working. I've seen them go pretty high, but for me, I mean, you might say, oh, I see them go that high all the time. I haven't seen one go that far out of spec, if I'm honest. And I've probably worked on 15 radios or so, so I am a newbie. But that is high. So we're changing that, definitely. I don't want this video to go on too long. I've tried to keep to 10-15 minutes. Because if they go too long, you get bored. If they're too short, it's not enough. But what I do want to say and show you is, in the past, for the last year when I was doing the YouTube videos, what I've tended to do is download the schematics for different radios that I've worked on. These are all the ones I've worked on. And print off the full service manual. I'm getting, in my old age and in 2020, a little bit more environmentally aware. And having the internet, I've got a little iPad here, and there's a cracking website called Radio Museum that, if you're into this stuff, I apologise again, you'll know about this. And what I'm going to do in the future is just download onto the screen the schematic and work off that. Rather, it's nice to have a paper document, I know, but I'm going to download off the screen. And this is radiomuseum.org, this site. Look at that at the top. It's a great resource. I've used it in the past quite a lot, and because I only do the odd radio once every few months, I've not actually joined, but I am going to join it. As a guest, you can download so many schematics per month, but I thought that because I've used it quite a lot, it's about time. I know you can get free documents off the internet if you search, but it's about time I supported these guys because I've used them quite a lot, so it's only fair to give back. Funny enough, the Rambler they've got is the same colour as this one we're working on. There is a difference though. This one on their site has got square buttons on top, whereas the one I have here has got the round buttons. I think they are still the same circuit inside. Yeah, it looks the same. But I think the ones with the square buttons are more desirable. Or is it a Rambler 2? I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm still learning all this. I've not worked on a Roberts Rambler before. I know there's guys out there that know a lot about this and will be screaming and shouting saying it's a Rambler 2 or it's the same model, different buttons. But yeah, I'm just looking at the knobs on top as well. I don't know if they are the same as these guys. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, the knobs are the same. Although that one, it might be the way it's pictured. Yeah, I think they are the same. Didn't look like it had the collar on the bottom, but I think it has. I think it's just the way it's Richard. So, yeah. Anyway, so I've started waffling again, haven't I? So, yeah, that's a great site. That's how I'm going to be looking at schematics in future. The other thing is, the paper ones, when you do, if you don't, you can get original ones. Sometimes off the internet, when you do print them out, the lettering and stuff goes all blurry, so you can't actually read it. Whereas doing it this way shouldn't have any problem. So that's the way I'm going to do it in future. The Mancave workshop, like I say, we're going to try and get out a video a week. I'm going to try and do it before any joyous drinking sessions are being done, just to be a bit more informative and make the channel a bit more entertaining. Because after all, the thing we're mainly interested in are these radios. So, thanks for watching, guys, and as I always say, be good to each other. And if you subscribe, thanks very much. And thanks for bearing with me with the shutdown of the last channel and all the archiving of the old videos. It's a fresh start, 2020, and here's to the future. Catch you later, guys.